Hey guys, how you doing? Today is July 4th, right? Very hot in Hong Kong. 33 degrees Celsius, right? 33 degrees Celsius. So I just have morning jogging, right? And 9 o'clock now is afternoon, half past 1 o'clock, right? If I go out now for the jogging, then it will be killing me, right? It's too hot then because 9 o'clock, something like that, is about, I think it's 29 degrees something, right? And now it's 33, definitely. So very hot. Okay, today we will take a look on the Tesla just announced the delivery, right? Actually, Tesla's decline in deliveries has been for the whole 2025 already. Right, the performance actually is very bad. And we talk about the robot taxi, right, and the robots, right, not getting a lot of improvements, right. So actually, Tesla's stock price is a little bit dangerous, right, to the investors. We will take a quick look on that, right. Recently, right, the mega bill of Trump's been passed, then that is a must, right? That will be a must. In the short time, there will be stimulus to the stock market, right? And then if Powell will cut the interest rate, then will be further stimulus to the market, right? But remember that there is a lot, the national debt of US is increasing, right? Don't forget that, right? But we think about that later, maybe 1 or 2 years later, right? So our Falcon portfolio been no loss already, right? Increased it to 130%, then increased it from 35,000 US dollar to 80.4 thousand US dollar already, right? So for any of you have any requests, then you can leave your message under the YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com, or leave your message. And this is our cover. Tesla's strong decline in deliveries in this year, 2025, right, for 2 quarters already. Yesterday, another rising day for Dow Jones, increased at 344 points, then end up to 44,828, then a little bit, 100 or 200 points something, then make the new high for Dow Jones. Nasdaq got the new high already, right? 2,000, and then 20,000, and then 601 points closing the market. Our Falcon 350,000 portfolio now is far from that, right? You can see that. This year we increased it 3%, right? Just in the same pace as the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, and we make up the money to, right? Wow, a lot, right? 804,000 US dollar already, right? Increased by 1.3 times, right? Okay, we go through some news first. This news a little bit weird to me, right? Because Jane Street, we know that they are unit trust fund, right? Being banned by the Indian market, and said that she's been artificially influenced India's benchmark Nifty 50 index, right? We know that Nifty 50 index is very big. Can Jane Street do that? Right, I don't know. Right. And the regulator issued an interim order to impound over 566 million from Jane Street in suspected, right, or so-called illegal gains, right? We wait for that, right? I think that there may be, the government is a little bit not satisfactory with Jane Street, right? I'm quite difficult for unit trusts to influence that market. The market is very big, right? Nifty 50 index is very big, right? And Trump's mega bill, we know that it may pass, right? Even though that the Democratic, right, what's the name? Oh, House Speaker Mike Johnson then spent 9 hours for, right? I think that he is reading the bills, right? 9 hours to finish, and then after the work, then it passed. Although there is narrowly passes, right? And in the short time, then it will boost up the market as a catalyst because it will prevent the rich people from paying more tax, right? Which one is rich people? Like Donald Trump, right? Like Elon Musk, like Microsoft, Alphabet CEO, right? Jensen Huang, they are rich people, right? Prevent them from adding to pay more tax, right? So that's good, right? That's good, right? Good for those companies, but for the poor people, then the Medicaid being cut, right? The social welfare being cut, right? But that then they put it aside first, right? So the market goes up, right? U.S. job report. They said that because the job vacancy rise a lot, so the market goes up. See that, right? ADP said that the U.S. payroll increased by 147,000 in June, right? I have read that figures for a long time. I don't think that there is a very, very good figure, although not bad, right? But the market goes up, goes up, goes up. Just find some reasons for itself, right? So that's it. We can see that the monthly job creation in the U.S. starting from finishing of the pandemic, see that declining, right? We take off those quite extraordinary, right? So we can see that the trend is going down. This chart from CNBC is very updated because that is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics in the data of July 3rd, 2025, right? So very updated, right? You can see that the monthly job creation in the U.S. across the U.S. in the past few years is going down, quite obviously. U.S.-led GE restart the jet engine shipments to China, right? I think that's the deal, right? That's the deal. We don't know at that time, but now then we know that, right? That's the deal for the metals we supply to the U.S. from China, right? I think that's the deal, right? One of the deal. And surprisingly, Apple's iPhone sales in China jumped 8%, right? Quite surprisingly, right? Because it dropped it for more than 1 year already, right? And the sales of iPhone in China jumped 8% year over year in the past quarter, right? According to Counterpoint Research, right? It's the first time Apple has recorded growth in China since the second quarter of 2023. Right, that means nearly 2 years, 1.5 years, right? So, quite good. Okay, then we go for Tesla. Tesla's stock price is far from the peak, right? The peak is nearly 500. See that? 488, and now is even rebounds up and drop and rebounds up and drop, right? Then it's 315 only, right? Still need to rise more than 50% before it can. And take notice on the PE ratio, very high, 173, right? For past 5 years, then the stock price of Tesla, no dividend, right, increased at 2.9 times, right? And past 1 year only increased by 27%, right? And in the past 1 month, even dropped by 5%. That is the only data supplied by Tesla 2 days before, July 2nd. Then we can see that the delivery is less than the produced car. See that? No matter it's Model 3, Model Y, or the other models, right? The deliveries is less than the production, right? So there are inventories, right? See that? There are inventories. And the inventory is, and the deliveries is dropped by 13.5%, less than what being produced. There's a big problem, right? Because this is not the first quarter, it's the second quarter like that already. See that? In 2024, those 3 quarters, right, rise up a little bit, just a little bit, but once get into this year, no matter it's Q1 or Q2, right, Q2 seems a little bit better, but not good enough, right? The delivery against the estimates drops, right? So that is disappointing to the investors. And quite obvious, we can see that for the US, right, electrical vehicle market in 2020, that means during the first year of the pandemic, Tesla's market share is 80%. But in this quarter, 2025, it dropped at half, 43% only. A lot of newcomers come up. Ford, General Motors, Honda, Volkswagen, right? Hyundai, right? That from the Korea, right? Jaeger, right? Some from China, right? Lucy, right? A lot of them, right? And then make up in 2024. US EV market, right, growth by 9%, but Tesla decreased by 4%. And then this quarter, US EV market increased by 23%, and Tesla only increased by 20%, right? And for production against the delivery, right, only 1 year, 2023, the delivery is higher than the production. That means you have to make more, right? And for the other years, 2022, 2024, and Q1, Q2 of this year, the delivery is still less than what being produced. And the delivery share, China is always more than half. So China market is very important to Elon Musk. No matter in the factory, no matter in the car, right? If in China then drops, then that means drops, right? You can see that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 3.5 years, China's delivery share is more than 50%, right? And US sales, why become 44? Well, because less in the Europe. And then we can see that there is more pain ahead, right? What means more pain ahead? Because two days before, it's only that you have the what being produced against the delivery, right? It's not financial report, right? The financial report is coming, and then if from that is inevitably for 2025 Q2 revenue expected to drop by 11%. To drop by 11%. So the net income, I don't know, right? Maybe drop by 20%, right? So that will be very close, right? And Tesla is projected to report an even deeper sales slump than the -9% YY revenue dip, right, in Q1. So Q2 finance report is coming. That means the earning is coming, right? The revenue may drop more than 11%, and the net income may drop even worse, right? So I don't suggest you guys to still keep on holding this stock. Well, a lot of stock, then you can have the choice, right? Roblox tax still not successful, right? Roblox, we don't know, right? But for the main income of the EV, then we can see that it's dropping quite sharply, right? Not good year for Elon, right? So I don't suggest you still holding this stock, right? But a lot of people still holding, I don't know, right? So we'll wait and see. Okay, thanks guys for watching, and like, comment, share, and subscribe are appreciated, right? So thanks guys for watching, and hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend. See you guys on next Friday. Bye.